Hey guys, so I'm back on trail. I'm doing the last 65 kilometers of the sub-trail number 4. So I'm over on the east coast of Skåne in the south of Sweden. I got up pretty early this morning. I think I was up about 5, and I took an early train over the Sound between Denmark and Sweden, and took the train to Malmö. Then I took a regional train from there down to the bottom of Skåne, Ystad, and then from there I took a bus up to where I am now, which is about 60 kilometers north of Ystad. So that's where I'll be Monday. Today's Saturday. I did about 4.5 kilometers from where I got the bus over to the trail to Skåneleden. This trail's pretty easy going. This is a forest reserve, and this forest road is pretty easy. So this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, when I finish these 3 days, then I have completed this sub-trail 4, and then I've section hiked about 940 kilometers of the Skåneleden trails, and it will mean that I have completed sub-trail 1, 2, 3 and 4, with only sub-trail 5 left to do, which I've already done 30 kilometers of. So all in all, there's about 1100 and something kilometers. So I'm nearly done. Not sure if I'll finish this year. I think I sort of want to keep a bit for spring next year. We'll see what happens. You can certainly see that it's autumn now, looking at the trees. I haven't been on much normal trail today. Most of it's been these forest trails. I haven't seen anybody around, so I'm all on my own. So I'm not staying here tonight, but I just wanted to film the shelter site here. Campfire there, lots of firewood, table, chairs, an old table, and straight through here there's a little pond. This is one of the best sites that I've seen for quite a while. So that shelter site is down there, And just down there somewhere I saw a nice flat spot for a tent. And there's actually quite a few places through here. Down there's a few flat spots. So it's not a bad place really. You can't sleep on this side in the field here because there's cattle everywhere. Just got chased by all this cattle over there, so I had my whistle out and blowing my whistle and holding up my trekking poles. So then I came through the gate over there and came up this way. Alright, so this is where I'm supposed to be tonight. So there's a shelter here, plenty of firewood, and there's no one here, not at the present time. So I've just scouted around the place, and there's not really anywhere else. So I'm thinking of pitching my tent here. I've got my tarp tent notch with me on this hike. I'm starting to get camp set up. Got my tarp tent notch over here, just airing out my quilt. So that's the quilt that I had with me on the Skåneleden hike. I've got my trekking pole set at 110 centimeters. That's what I prefer, because then I can get the right distance from the inner tent. The partial solid inner is a good distance. You can see up here. It's a nice distance from the fly, so that if any moisture gets in here, then it's not going to hit the inner and then come in. This is day 2. Last night at the shelter, 4 Swedish guys turned up, so it was quite a nice night. They had some beers with them, which they shared with me, so I had a couple of beers, and we sat around the fire and telling each other lies. So it was quite a nice night. They carried on for a bit, but I went to bed about 8:30. I was pretty tired. I slept all right, woke up pretty early, and got on trail again. It's quite nice here this morning through this forest, and it's not cold. I've just got my single layer and then a little t-shirt on top of it. It's quite nice. Bit annoyed at myself that I didn't put my Ultra Lone Peaks on this weekend. I thought it was going to be, well, I didn't know what to expect. Sometimes on the Skåneleden, then you go through some pretty wet areas. I've got my trail runners on, some other ones. Bit like a boot. Yeah, that's about it for now. I haven't done much videoing or taking photos today. There's been a fair bit of road walking, and not a lot to take photos of. I've passed through a few small villages, and I stopped for lunch at another shelter site. It was quite nice. Yeah, so when I was leaving there were some locals that came, and they had their dog with them, so they were going for a walk. But this is quite nice here. At the moment I'm about 5 or 6 kilometers from where I want to be tonight, so I'm just taking it easy. So I just stopped because I wanted to see the start of the Formula 1 in Russia. So it went quite well, and I could see the Danish driver Magnussen. He's had number 5 starting position. This is a pretty cool tree. Looks like a face. So this is the shelter area that I was supposed to stay at tonight. And there's also supposed to be some water. I just followed this track a little way. I don't know how far away that water is, but there's supposed to be water somewhere. I've got enough water. Time's 3:15, and I'm not going to stay here, even though this is just a fantastic site. There's another shelter here, and there's firewood over there, and there's lots of areas to put a tent up. Beautiful spot. Such a shame, but I'm going to keep moving because then I'll have less to hike tomorrow. It's about 4:45, done 32 kilometers so far today. So that was not my plan, but I thought it was too early to stop at that shelter site where I was. So now I'm coming about another kilometer. I've got the last bit of forest before I come to Ystad, which is my end station tomorrow. So I'm sort of gonna have to stop in about a kilometer, which is all right because I've done about an extra 7-8 kilometers today. So then tomorrow's only about 16-17 kilometers. So then I should be able to hit Ystad early enough in the day so I can get a train and come home. Dinner all cooked. And I've solved the problem with the food burning as well. It was exactly how I thought. I had the burner burning too hot. There was too much flame, and I've used it last night and tonight, and no problem now. I'll just keep the flame low, and then the bottom of the pot doesn't get too hot, so it's perfect. So I think I'll be taking this with me the next time I go on a hike where I need to get there by aircraft. Good morning. This is day 3. Had a nice sleep last night in the forest. Got woken up by the birds just before sunrise. It's about 8:15 in the morning, so I just got away. I'm on my way to Ystad. I've got about 15 kilometers today, so it's not too bad. And I found a place over in the forest over there somewhere, and you can see that there's a lake just here, and it goes, oh yeah, you can see it's just over here. There's some water, so I was camped just up there. I've seen a lot of animals on this the last 3 days. I've seen a lot of deer. I even saw some this morning. There was a little mouse that came out to visit me this morning when I sat and had my breakfast. It's been a lot of birds. So I've got about 10 kilometers to go. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so this is good. I'm just sitting here taking a break. It's about 20 past 10, and I've been walking for just over a couple of hours now. And I've walked a total of about just under 11 kilometers, so it's not bad, about 5 kilometers an hour. So I haven't got that much further to go now. So I made it, 65 kilometers, 3 days, and I'm finished with the Skåneleden sub-trail number 4. So that's 4 down, 1 to go.